Hey guys, welcome back to another show and tell what the hell office edition. Just because it's been a very busy couple of weeks and I've been putting extra time in the office, but I decided to take a little 5 minute break here because earlier today I went to the Target and lo and behold, I find Rocksteady and Bebop. It's weird they have Bebop and Rocksteady. Usually it's Rocksteady and Bebop. I don't know, just the way it sounds better that way. And it's pretty exciting because they had on the end caps they had all the new Ninja Turtles, the Foot Clan, um, the Foot Clan 2 pack, along with the turtles themselves. But I didn't see them until I went to the back portion where they usually keep all the Neca toys, and I found two of these. Well, I found one, but I saw that there's three or four altogether. They didn't match them with the other turtles that were at the end cap. They put like three or four Rocksteady and Bebops together. I noticed that some of the packages weren't so great looking as far as they look like they're coming apart here. Um, and I was worried that there may be some accessories missing. I don't know. There might be still some accessories missing. We don't know, but I hope not, because it looks like they just put them out today. And we're going to take a look at these. So it's pretty easy to get this open, unfortunately. Pretty easy for someone to take stuff if they wanted to. But look how massive that all is. Don't worry, I'm gonna pause it to get them out of their cases. Now, the hands are back over here in a separate little area. So they did take time with the package, or they took time thinking out how they're going to arrange everything into this nice little package here. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and replace some of the fists so I can have them holding their weapons because they're enclosed fists right now. So, yeah, I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back. I didn't put everything on right now. I'm just going to illustrate how we do this and kind of go over some of the articulation. I'm going to take off the fists just to show you. They're not. Now, there is a little bit of paint rub over here, I noticed, on these fists. These are not cast in plastic. Ooh. Got to be careful when you take out those fists because Bebop's chains fell out. So, there's a little something there to hold them. Now, I just didn't pay attention on how they went back. So, I guess you got to flip them over like an actual chain bracelet. I'll deal with that in just a second. Let me take off Rocksteady's. Now, the one thing to take note of, again, is that the plastic is painted on. So there might be a little bit of paint rub in some of the joints that you may or may not get, and I hope I don't get it. But, again, same story with Rocksteady. You do get some paint rub on the actual joints or the actual little pegs, and hopefully we won't see too much of that. Now, these joints are really, really tight. So that's one thing there. Let's put his fist in here. Look how it's all painted, and the paint's already rubbing off as I'm pushing it in. Yeah, not great. Not great. But, I pull it out. There's most definitely going to be some paint rub. So I kind of wish they went with another option. But they look fantastic. They look like really nice, really highly detailed, and they got a number of different shades, a little bit of cell shading going on. And with these, they're very subtle too, and they also got these marks, I don't know, cuts in, so you can get like the black detailing. Seems to be a popular trend these days. I've seen the Transformers with that now, and with the Ninja Turtles. Let me get Bebop's hands in. Now, again, we're going to try to figure this out here. I guess try to like double it up here. Not really cool. Not great, but if you're going to be switching back and forth with hands. Now, I'm worried. I don't feel like I'm going to do that. I don't really play with my toys a lot. There are a few toys that I actually, like Transformers, I'll go and transform. But a lot of these I'll just display them. This is not the easiest thing. So hopefully we can get this on. I'm going to try to put this in here, kind of trap it in there. And then pull it out a little bit. And now, oops. Didn't want to trap it like that. There you go. There you go. That'll work for me. It's good enough, right? You know, I'm thinking about it. I can't think of a better system for that. And I was thinking, well, if they sculpted it on like the way they did with this, or they glued it on, it probably wouldn't have come out as good, as nice looking. But the belt's also made out of these individual link plastic, not actual metal. I like the necklace. Yeah, so he looks like he came out straight out of a cartoon. The mouth does open up and down. I like that. Look at that. Wow, that's interesting. Look at the eyes there. That's what Bebop looks like with his, well, I don't know. I kind of wished maybe that they had gone with his actual white eyes with the black pupil and painted, not made that hollow. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're a customizer like myself and you really want to get into it, you can do that. But in the cartoon, sometimes his eyes would pop out from the top or whatever, or this thing would come up. Hardly ever. But, you know, we're going to keep it like this most of the time, right? I do like that. It does have an interesting effect where his eyes are like kind of gleaming. But he's got his knee articulation. I get scared with these Neca toys. With the quality of plastic can tend to break in the wrong kind of environment or wrong kind of weather. It's got some articulation there around the neck. So if it's cold enough, the plastic could become brittle and snap off, right? So we don't want that. So when you get toys, people in the mail from Amazon, and you start complaining about how they're easily broken, make sure to put them in, you know, you could put them in water if you want, like lukewarm water, or you could just kind of let them air out a bit. And even some of the high quality Necas will do that. Oh, yeah, this is the hands are a little bit rigid, so I'm not going to even try right now. The fingers, that is. Really kind of not as pliable as I'd like them, so they could be holding guns, which is some of the same problems that I had with the other turtle figures, but not as much as like Shredder, for instance. Shredder had really good articulation. Now, I wish, you know, while being here at work, I had my Shredder with me, but I do not. It does have some of the same weapons that you get with the foot soldiers. I like this particular blaster. The original toy had something similar to that. That General Trag had Dimension X weapons. These do stand taller than the turtles, which is cool, as they should. Little Rocksteady and Bebop. I like having them, and I can imagine that stupid music that they would always have. Like, well, the Rocksteady and Bebop, they're up to no good. And one thing that's cool about Rocksteady, well, that's not cool, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, it does not come out, it seems. His little sword knife thingy, this machete. His machete does not come out. That's unfortunate. I was going to say they look like they have the same sculpted hands, but not all of them are the same. One thing that's interesting is that you may notice is that, can't see it too much here, but there is a bit of a texture. I'm going to switch it up real quick here. You can see that there is a texture on the skin. So do you all like that? I don't know. I'm kind of weird with it. But if they're supposed to look super toony, you know, and not highly detailed, then yeah. But this is the first time here. Look at Rocksteady. He does also have an open mouth feature. I would have liked another head with a more confused looking expression. But Let's get that gun in there. I don't want to break it. Please don't break. Please don't break. So it'd be a good idea, collectors. This is not, I don't think a kid would be able to deal with this, but it'd be a good idea to dip this in hot water. Dip the hands in hot water before you start trying to put weapons in there. It might be a little bit easier. But I will say that, does he have only one turtle shell? Let me see the box here. Yeah, he only has one turtle shell. These are really good. Ooh, I'm going to show you something real quick. Before I was about to like commend these figures, that's some of the paint that came off. But it's a minor flaw because these are a really good representation of the cartoon versions of Rocksteady and Bebop. Now, one thing to note again, little paint rub there. Some of the paint is kind of flaky. But yeah, let's put these guys together here. Hey, boss. Ooh. Yeah, fun stuff. I like having these. I'd like to get, you know, here's the thing with Rocksteady. This is the first time you're gonna see, we've seen Rocksteady in action figure format that looks close to the cartoon with the yellow shirt, without the helmet. It was only in the first appearance of Rocksteady and Bebop where he actually did have the army helmet or the motorcycle helmet. These are about the same size as the Playmate Classic Edition, maybe a little bit bigger, a bit bulkier. I do like these. It's just the quality of the plastic really bothers me. It's just they feel like almost like resin casts. A little less toyetic, but they look wonderful. You can pose them. Just, I don't know, get a hairdryer or something. Here's the other little accessory, the communicator with a picture of Shredder on there. And it is a picture of the toy Shredder that you got. Like someone took a picture and just put that in there. Whereas the other one had a picture of Krang, which was pretty cool. It would have been nice to get like the cartoon Shredder on here. I don't know. I'm just going to put this away in my little toy bin thing. I don't know. It's cool to have extra weapons. I'll probably keep one weapon in each hand. I see Bebop more with this little smaller blaster, the Dimension X blaster, and the Dimension X rifle goes, which would stay with Rocksteady. A lot of times they didn't walk around with weapons; they were just walking around like idiots. I think, speaking of Office, being in an office, I remember that one episode where they're working with Octopus Inc. and they're in the they're dressed up in corporate attire, which I really enjoyed. But anyway, here you have Rocksteady and Bebop, really enjoyable toys. I'm sorry I couldn't get the whole background and the comparison going on, but if you'd like to see that, let me know. If you have any questions about these, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them with regard to their Playmates version. The Playmates Classics, I forgot what they were called, but which I do have, and I did show off on a previous video with some of the other turtles. But they both have their flaws. These are the most cartoon accurate versions. The plastic's kind of weird. A lot of accessories, but there's paint flakes. I think they should have been cast in this color plastic, which it looks like they were. If you look at that, they maybe didn't have to get painted over like that. You know. But I'm happy to have them. I am happy to have them. They're going to go good with the turtles. Go well with the turtles, Shredder and Krang. I'm looking forward to getting April and Casey. I was actually looking at the Super 7 figures. I did place some pre-orders on the Super 7 figures. And I was almost thinking to myself, there's no purpose in me getting these anymore, since I was more fan of the toys and the comics than the actual cartoon. But, I mean, who doesn't love Rocksteady and Bebop? Very iconic duel. I do think that I'm going to have fun displaying these guys. And I'm going to keep my Playmates version, too, so I can have them with some other... Now, the Nickelodeon Turtles, not this current series, but the one before, did have their own versions of Rocksteady and Bebop, which were interesting designs and had some interesting nods to the originals. But these are, I do want to say that these are going to be your definitive cartoon Rocksteady and Bebop. I am, however, excited to see what Super 7 has up their sleeves as well. Do I recommend them? Yes. Do I think that the Super 7 ones are going to be cooler? I don't know, but I can't wait to see and find out, and I think I'll be picking them up as well. So good job, Neca. I'm gonna give these guys a high B to a I don't know, a low A. They're not perfect, but they're good enough for me. Anyway, folks, we'll take care. We'll take care. If I don't talk to you before, if I don't do another video, or if I don't know, I was gonna say Happy Thanksgiving, but I don't even know if I'm gonna have this up by Thanksgiving. But anyway, we'll see you later on.